Greetings once again from Lower Alabama. If you hadn't figured that part out yet, let's just get right to this. It's been a long, crazy couple of days. I had a tooth pulled. That's always fun. Didn't know how my jaw and everything else was going to be to get a beer reviewed this weekend, but you know, it's going really well. Not too sore or anything. So let's just jump right in this. This is a brown ale. I am always on the lookout for a good brown. Love brown ales, porters and stouts and that sort of thing. That's always my favorite. So I have high hopes for this. Anytime I find one on the shelf that I feel like might be easy to get and find regularly, I get excited, you know. And this one certainly looks every bit the part. It's called Brown Bear Brown Ale. It's from Catawba Brewing out of the Carolinas. They are in Western Carolina. They've got some brew pubs scattered about North Carolina. They've got one in Wilmington, Charlotte, and of course Asheville, where you can't swing a dead cat by the tail without hitting a brewery. Been there. It's a hell of a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance, you should go. One other place at Morganton, I think. Anyway, this one rolls in at 5.2%. So this is a really sessionable, quaffable type of affair. You know what? It smells like brown ale. It's got that, there's a certain, you know, grainy mustiness to a brown and a red and some porters. Stouts tend to be a little bit more roasty, you know, but this has got that. It's a difficult for me. You know, that's why I don't do whiskey reviews, because they're a little bit too futzy and I can't pick out all of those. I can't give you any sophisticated tasting notes. And if you're looking for that in a beer review, go ahead and hit the stop button or back, that black arrow. Hit that now, because this ain't the place. Oh boy. You know what? That's really good. It's a bit of a drier brown, so it's not overly sweet. It's not going to be real heavy. It's well, you know what? Let's hit this again. It's a little bit flinty. When you get into these darker beers and they're dry and not really sweet, they all have this flinty man, oh man, you know, I wish I could put my finger on the term. But this one's really good. It's it's got a little bit of hop character. It's not a lot, so it's lightly hopped. It's not overly sweet. It's a little bit roasty. You know, I'm a little bit picking up some nuttiness and maybe some, you know, dark toast. Everybody likes a nice dark slice of toast. It's not overly complex. That's why I'm struggling to look for, you know, some sort of adequate description to give you. It is really flinty though. It's got, if you've ever had a red wine that's really dry and oaky, this has some of that character. I don't know where else to go. I don't know what else to tell you about that. But this is a nice, easy drinker. You could even drink this in some warmer weather, which I am right now, without it riding too heavy on you. This is a kind of beer, you know, I don't know, generally, I tend to steer people that are looking to, you know, dip their toe into the craft beer scene. As odd as it may sound, I generally steer them towards red ales and brown ales and porters, even some stouts that I like, because sweeter beers are generally easier to grab a hold of at first than an IPA, which is going to be a really bitter beer. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably already know that, but I almost never tell anybody to start with an IPA. I just think that's a bad plan. If you want to steer people away from the craft beer scene who have no experience in it whatsoever, just tell them to go buy an IPA, and next time they see you, they'll probably punch you in the mouth. This, on the other hand, is super friendly, but it's not quite roasty and sweet enough for me to tell somebody that's not had a brown to come here. One that I would always steer people towards would be Ellie's Brown. That's brewed in Colorado. That's a favorite, but I hadn't seen one in a while. I need to look around for that again. But this is a solid beer. I'll definitely, especially when the weather cools off just a little bit, I'll definitely be keeping this one around. Provided it's not local to me. I always try to drink local. If I find a brown or a stout that I really enjoy that's brewed in somewhere closer by to where I am, that's what I'll keep on hand. But if I don't, this is a definite candidate. And the more I get in it, and the more it coats my tongue, it is a little thick, so it's got some nice finish. And now that I'm giving it a chance to come around, I am picking up some of that dark roasted malt. It gives it that roasted coffee type of note on the finish. It's really nice. This is really well done. So if you see this one, by all means grab it. Their distribution is going to be pretty well throughout the southeastern U.S. I mean, I bought this thing down here on the Gulf Coast, and they're located in North Carolina. So, you do the math. I tried to run the distribution map on them before I sat down to do this, and some of the breweries make it easy, some of them don't, and this one just doesn't. They enter your zip code, and I'm not going to sit there and enter a bunch of zip codes. Just show me the map of what states and what parts of what states that you cover. That makes life easy on me, these silly little reviews, but I'm sure Catawba Brewing doesn't really care, If they're making life any easier for me, I know they're not, because I think as of today I have a whopping 23 subscribers, which brings up another point. Hey, if you trip over this, how about hitting the like and subscribe? I just do this for fun, but it would be nice for the channel to grow just a little bit. You know what? The more I get in it, it's just, this thing is so easy. So by all means, give this a shot if you see it in the store. But I've said all I need to say about it, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. This is your old pal Todd. I am out once again. And as always, please enjoy your adult malted beverages responsibly.